Words create existence. Existence from thoughts. If we take the experiences and information considered relevant in this direction, sort through them, and filter them a little, we inevitably arrive at one certainty, namely, that our existence manifests from thoughts. No matter how we look at it, these head emotions express themselves for us in the words and sentences of our language. Our language, sentences, sentence fragments, words, etc., is a key component of our communication. Complicated. We are able to recognize that language, specific words and sentences, accentuations, manipulate our entire lives in an outstanding way, pointing us in the right direction, informing us. This means we are dealing with a gigantic interplay of linguistic things, linguistic constructions. Our life, therefore, must appear just as complicated to us, that true love is meant to be so simple. Our language governs our communication, our unconscious juggling of phrases, sentences, words, including those with ourselves, generates the action plan in our existence, creates our worldview, what we mean to the world and what the world means to us, what we experience and feel, what happens to us. Now, one could argue that this language we live in its overall appearance, in the statistical average, so to speak, has a tendency, either good and beautiful or unsatisfactory and deficient. Our language expresses this through the sentences and words, the choice of words, the grammar used, and the word/sentence order. Vibration. One could now describe this tendency as a vibration, a frequency of general well-being that not only expresses itself through the preferred positive or negative language elements, but actually manifests itself. Could one describe it as a lifestyle? This means, in extraordinary simplicity, in a not merely theoretical implementation, that we simply shift the general frequency of our language output from a low frequency to a higher one in order to make our feeling of life more pleasant. Simple. We speak of a fascinating, extraordinary simplicity because we can virtually touch our language, the words and sentences we formulate. We have absolute control over them. This means we have completely direct access to our worldview. With the help of our choice of words, we are able to change our universe. And because we are the creative God of this earth, everything changes, just as we desire from our innermost being. Instrument for shaping destiny. So, we are given an extremely effective tool for shaping destiny, but we must also be able to use it. Your willingness to eliminate the negative language elements depends on a true internalization of the thought of love that lies behind your wish. You want love. Only if it is our honest will, our truly greatest desire, will we be able to truly endure this upheaval in our thinking. Only true faith in unconditional love, in ourselves, in our creatures, as the responsible creators of our worlds, will move this mountain with unimagined ease. Conclusion. The tender absoluteness of the all-pervasive love of creation carries us toward this relief in our lives. We change ourselves and our thinking, change our actions. We increasingly lose the malignant foundation of negativism. They simply dissolve in the dynamics of a new harmony in our thinking. We don't have to do anything. Just listen very carefully. Feel. Speak with our hearts.